that this is a men's breakfast, we will just have to conduct it this way. Nou, wie van ons sal sulke goed aantrek? And then we look like this. And then your mates are going to tell you, jy's 'n bloody morphie. You know, that's exactly, you know where it all started. It started in paradise. Okay? Simple. What was the first thing that Adam said to Eve when he saw her? He said, stand back, we don't know how long this thing is going to get. And when it didn't reach the size that he expected it to reach, which is a problem with many of us, what was the second thing? He said to her, go and fetch me a beer. What was the first thing she said to him? Where's the next shopping center? I've got nothing to wear. Okay, and the second thing, where are the kids? So how can we be the same? We can't. It's impossible. So, medicine, and I want to start off by that, is not a science. It's maybe a scientific philosophy, maybe it is a philosophical science. You take your pick, okay? But what is most important is that doctors are men or women that prescribe medicine of which they know little, to cure disease of which they know less, in human beings of whom they know nothing. Okay? And that was said by Voltaire some 400 or I don't know how many years ago, and it still applies today. So don't trust doctors. It's very important. Okay? And I'm not discrediting against them. They are my breed. I know them. Health, is it our God-given right? Is it a gift from heaven? Is it a privilege? Or is it a responsibility? We'll try to march through this and see what we get. This is what the girls do. They've titties dag and they've got all kinds of days and they dress up. I mean, imagine any one of us walking around with a jock strap. Huh? We would never do that. It's a disgrace. Okay? Now, this is what they do. They send each other WhatsApps and things with the most precious messages and things. This is what we do. So you must understand, ladies, we are different. Okay, our life revolves around braai, beer, fast bars, sit op die gat and kyk TV, okay, playing rugby, supporting the wrong team, and go fishing. There was a professor who once said that if we would listen to this, that health is not only your physical and mental and social well-being, but it's also the absence of disease and infirmity, gebrek, then we would be much better off. Secondly, if men would worry as much about their health as they do about their cars, okay, doctors would be without a job. Because it actually is a balance between the physical, the socio-cultural, the physiological, and the spiritual. And if this is nice and in balance, you are healthy. But modern life doesn't work that way. This healthy mind and healthy body thing, it still applies, but it's much more difficult nowadays. Because instead of 4, we've got many others. And the most important thing is, this one here, it's really become very, very intimidating to our life. I've never seen an American president Twitter. Wat 'n kak is dit, man? Huh? Hy moet sy bloody job doen. Treks van hom te Twitter. Nee? Things have changed drastically. Now this will obviously influence our health, because this is the second bullshit. Okay? They come out with these things. Okay? Look there. Flat belly fast, 28-day plan. Okay? Comes back to our cars. They also give you a warranty plan and all sorts of this nonsense. Hierdie goed werk nie. Okay? It's all this quick fix stuff, which comes also from the social media. Okay, you read about this okay who's done these wonderful things. It doesn't work. Because let's get back to basics. And I said you, we like our cars. Men are like a car. Okay? We've got a rooftop or a canopy or a vinyl top like me. Okay? Then we've got headlights and we've got a hooter and we've got an engine. We've got a transfer case, differential, because we are 4x4s. Obviously. There's no other way. Okay? We got a gearbox. And we are manual, Perry. What's this manual? We can shift that gear. We know how to do it. Okay, female, by the way, you are automatic. Okay? And then we got 4 wheels. Okay? And then at the back, yebo! We got an exhaust, which females incidentally also have. And we've got a double spare wheel carrier. And you can check it out, okay? The smaller the gear lever, the bigger the double spare wheel carrier. It's the same with our cars. You know, I had a good girlfriend, not girlfriend for love, friend. She once said, you check at a man's car, okay? And it is reciprocally equal to the length of his penis. Check it out. Al die ouens. Met daai groot karre, kyk in julle boeke. Check what we get. Okay, so let's make it simple. What is health all about? It's like looking after your car. What do you do with your car? You clean it, you wash it, you polish it, you drive it, you fuel it, you check the oil and route and the tire pressure, sometimes, but you should, and we service it. I once said to a mate of mine, why do you service your car every 10,000 kilometers? He said, nee, ek moet, anders te vat jou jou my waarborg. Why don't you service your body? If you don't, he will take your warranty. It's just as simple as that. There's no difference. So let's look at us. Cleaning and washing is the everyday thing. Okay, driving, we must drive it. You don't buy a car and leave it in the garage. You drive it. We have to drive it. Okay, fueling, we don't put petrol into a diesel tank or vice versa. So it's about eating, drinking, abusing, all these things we do. Checking the oil and the water, blood pressure, blood glucose, cholesterol, urine. I'll come to that. Servicing, annual medical checkups. Now this annual thing, I have another mate who says, it's just a way for you doctors to make money. Okay? And we can talk about the annual, because you don't service a Mercedes SLK 500 the same way as a Scania lorry. It's different things. We are the same. So look at your risk profile. That's the important thing. Look at your risk profile, which is again simple. It's our blood pressure, it's our sugar, cholesterol, it's your genetics, it's the obesity, and it's our lifestyle. Eating, drinking. My grandfather had a nice saying for this. Oupa het gesê, Boeta, dit gaan oor vreet, suip, rook, hoer, and remoer. Those 5 things are not good for a man. Okay? And don't think if you only have 1 or 2, that's better. It's debatable. So, it's like a car. I said to you, okay? Your lifestyle is the engine. That's what drives this whole thing. Bad lifestyle, bad engine. Your genetics is the load you have to carry. Bad genetics, be careful, your car won't drive that night. And then we got cholesterol, diabetes, high blood pressure, and obesity, which are the 4 wheels. So if we take it a bit separated, there is no such thing, which I hear a lot, Ek het so 'n bietjie bloeddruk. Okay? I had a professor who once said, if you come home to a student and your girlfriend tells you she's a little bit pregnant, are you a little less worried? Okay. Uta, you're either pregnant or you're not. You either have blood pressure or you don't. So don't beat about the bush, because it's got no cause. It's a disease of civilization. It attacks us men, Western lifestyle, stress, smoking, alcohol, obesity, no physical exercising, all this stuff. And it runs in families. And you seldomly have symptoms. Forget about this thing. Ja, ek het kopseer, ek wonder of my bloeddruk nie reg is nie. It doesn't work that way. If you go out in the street and you take people's blood pressure, most of them will be fine, but we'll get 5 or 10 that have got elevated blood pressure, no symptoms. Okay, and when I started off 40 years ago, we still said 100 plus age is up, 100 plus age is the best recipe for a stroke, so forget that. Everybody, all of us, 135, 85 max. If you're above that, look into it. Okay, diabetes. There's 2 types. We get the type 1 diabetics, which are the ones that immediately have to use insulin. It's about 5%. 90% is a lifestyle disease. Okay? It is the disease of sloth and gluttony. Okay? Sloth, die lui gat. Okay? Gluttony, die vreet gat. Okay? It's the potato couch with a bag of chips and voete op die tafel and a mug of beer. And it's frightening if you look into this. It's not got many symptoms, but this is really frightening. Okay? When you look at it, about 2000, there were 150 million. Okay? We now here, we've doubled this. And this is a myth. Okay? We will definitely by 2035 have more than 650 million diabetics in the world. And the real tragedy is, it's a lifestyle disease. If you change your lifestyle, you can prevent it. Then we go to cholesterol. Cholesterol is fat in the blood. Okay? Now, to get back to the cars, there's good fat, Castrol GTX. Okay? There's bad fat, like a duck grease. We have to differentiate between this. And again, there's no such thing, okay, as a bietjie cholesterol. Die doc het gesê ek het so bietjie cholesterol. Pregnant or not pregnant. Have it checked. Fasting lipogram is the answer, which means you go early morning before you've eaten or drunk anything and you have your blood drawn and you get an analysis to check what is what. Okay? Treatment options. Yes, you can change your lifestyle, you can change your diet, you can change herbal remedies. Maar boetie, as jou pa 'n hartaanval gehad het en jou broer het 'n hartaanval gehad het, forget this thing. Then you have to look into serious remedies. Now, lots of these drugs have got a bad name. There's one for you. You just have to look for it. Okay? Get a doctor who's interested and will look into it. Genetics, that's die goed wat op jou bak is. Okay? And we all know, empty bakkie goes faster than one that's got 3 tons loaded onto it. So look into these: hypertension, cholesterol, heart attack, stroke. Okay? The Bible says 7 times 10 years is what the age you should reach. If your father and your mother and your oom and your tante and your opa almal 90 geword het, forget it. Okay? Haal die voet van die briek af en gooi petrol. Okay? Because you will get there. Genetics is really a thing that we totally underestimate. Now, lifestyle. We come to the things that are lekker. Vreet, suip, rook. Okay, we leave the other 2, but okay, those are definitely lekker. Eating. Okay? I will just leave 2 thoughts with you. First thing is, exclusion diets is bullshit. It is bullshit. Okay? There's this hype now about Tim Noakes and his Banting diet. You know who William Banting was? Huh? He was a begrafenisondernemer who lived in 1907 or something like that, and said, you leave the fat out of your diet, you leave the carbohydrates out of your diet and you will be healthy. Nou, hoe dit dan kan 'n ding amper 300 jaar aanstap and then all of a sudden this is now, okay, the wise men's thing. Banting, eier dieet, sop dieet, doesn't work. Why not? Yes, you will lose weight, no problem, but it's not sustainable. So what should you eat? You should eat a balanced diet, and it's simple. Take a plate, half it, the top half, fruit and veggies. Half it in the middle for the bottom one, starches, meats and fish and that stuff. It's toch einfach. It's not difficult. Yeah, that's right. I mean, that you have to think about. Drinking, you should drink 2 liters of water a day. Coffee, not more than 4 cups. Cool drinks is trash. Energy drinks is even bigger trash. Okay? All these high power stuff gives you wings. Huh? I mean, those wings, there's no wings in this stuff. It's just, most of them have got a lot of sugar, caffeine, okay, and some gimmicks, some chemical flavors or something like that. Okay, weight. The BMI is the weight squared, of the weight divided by the length squared. Now, it was sort of the thing. Now we know it doesn't really give us an answer to everything. So, look at your waist circumference. Waist circumference, boepens, because we now know this is the thing that counts. The bierpens, okay? Too much abdominal fat is dangerous. We're looking at a thing which is called the height-weight ratio, but still at this point in time, the BMI is what we got. If you have a BMI more than 35 and you can calculate it, take your weight, square your length, divide it, you get a ratio, then you should seriously consider to losing weight. Now, losing weight, it's proven. If you can come down 10% of your weight, which means you weigh 120, don't go for 80. It's nonsense. You will probably never get there. 10%, get down 10 to 12 kilograms. Your health risk will half. Okay? Same thing with obesity. Fit, obese people, okay, have got a better or a lower health risk than unfit lean people. So the exercising component, which we get to now, is important. Now, this is the problem. High carbohydrate, very refined sugars, and then we get this. And why do we get this? It's very simple. Forrest Gump says, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And this is what it really is. Life is like a box of chocolates. It doesn't last that long for fat people. So einfach. Because look what the Namibian version, it's lekker, ne? The meal deal. And this is in one of our supermarkets. On the wall, the meal deal. Now look at what meal. Huh? Huh? And this, and then this. And it's nice, eh? You choose 3 and you get 1 free. Das ist kein meal deal. This is criminal, that should be removed. Smoking, I'm in this trade for 40 years. I haven't met a single patient who said to me, Dokter, ek moet rook, man, dis gezond vir my. Okay, so if you think smoking is healthy, go for it. But remember 2 things. If you have 1 cigarette, your nicotine level stays constant for 4 hours. So you don't need to smoke within the next 4 hours. If you do, you're not smoking, you are being smoked. All right? Okay. Does any one of you like to be screwed? No. So why do you like being smoked? Forget it, it's nonsense. If you want to smoke, do it decently. And the second thing is, forget about this light story. Ne? Wat weet ek? Stuyvesant light. It weighs exactly the same as the other one, it's got the same tobacco in it, it's just a marketing foofy, it's bullshit. Okay? Alcohol. Woo! Who of you drinks too much? You know what? You are a bunch of liars. You should all put up your hands. We all drink too much. Okay? Because what is too much? The World Health Organization says you can have 240, that's our beer, né? Ordinary beer. Or 2 glasses of wine. Or spirits. Ne? 2 thoughts. Interesting, if you drink more than 4 drinks a day or more than 14 a week, then you are regarded as having an alcohol use disorder. En dit krap aan my gat. Ja, iets ongelooflik. Hoekom noem ons die kind nie op die naam nie? As 'n ou syp, dan syp hy. Maar now we give it an alcohol use disorder. En verstaan, dis nonsens. Kyk daarna, meeste van ons syp te veel. Nou praat ek nie van as jy braai. Nee, as ons braai vleis, dan kan ons maar. Maar as jy elke dag moet drink, as jou vrou met jou beklei, omdat sy dink jy drink te veel, as jy al ooit in 'n wetsoortreding was, of as jy moeilikheid kry met die werk, dan you have a problem. Look into it. Alcohol is a ding, ons verkleineer dit. Why? Because they make a lot of money. Okay. Moenie die klip terug vergeet wat op die tafel is. Exercising. Okay? It's interesting. Okay? I hate a gym. I will never go there. Why? Because the places stink. They play the most horrible music. Okay? And if I see these okies that carry the potato bags, then I get seriously scared. So I don't go there. But exercising doesn't mean to go to a gym. You can do anything, all right? As long as you listen to life is movement and movement is life. Ons is nie gemaak om op ons gatte te sit. The men in the cave age would get up. Okay? Kan jy by mommy? Vat die pyl en boog. Hele dag. Okay? Charge up its testosterone. Come back. Kan jy by mommy? Vreet bietjie vleis. Kyk Boesman TV. Kan jy by mommy? Gaan slaap. In die nag kan jy by mommy. Volgende oggend staan op. 5 times a day. The good thing for the caveman was, mommy didn't know what headaches are. Okay, and that's ons probleem. But still, exercise is good for your testosterone. It pushes up your testosterone. Nice thing, and this is really true, it's scientifically proven. They're nowadays talking about the weekend warriors. Weekend warriors are the guys who only exercise over the weekend. Saturday, Sunday. Their health risk is the same as the guys who goes to the gym 4 times a week, statistically, as long as you do 2 things. You have to exercise at an intensity which makes you sweaty after 10 minutes and not less than 45 minutes. Otherwise it's recreation and not exercising. So, important, 1873, this Earl of Derby said, he who has no time for exercise must create time for illness. And this is more important in 2017 than ever before. So, is it a God-given right? Is it a gift from heaven? Is it a privilege? Or is it a responsibility? I think it's actually very simple. Health is a God-given gift. I don't think we can argue with that. If you're born healthy, you've got health, which we can and should manage responsibly and enjoy it as a privilege. Most of us are born with a health warranty. Net soos daai Toyota Hilux. Okay? Some of us will have problems. Net soos daai Toyota Hilux. But most of us, if we keep, it's fine. And take good care and look after yourself. That's the most important. Because it really is the truth. Joseph Califano was the Secretary of Health and Education in the United States in the mid-70s, said, you as the individual can do more for your health and well-being than any doctor, any hospital, any drug, or any exotic medical device. Okay? In the second talk, I've made time. We'll talk about taha. It's the nice thing now in Namibia, cannabis oil. Okay? We will talk about it, but cannabis oil is definitely an exotic medical device. And I will explain to you why. So, listen to your body, it speaks to you. As jou dif nok, dan nok hy. En ek ken niemand wat sê, julle boys, my kar se dif nok, maar ek gaan nog 'n bietjie aanstoot en kyk of hy nie van self gaan weggaan. Okay? If your diff knocks, it knocks. You take this thing to be checked. Okay? Don't ignore any symptoms, signs, or changing patterns. They will not go away. Okay? If you go to the toilet and do your number 2 every morning after your coffee, and now all of a sudden you do it 3 times a day, Penny, that's iets verkeerd. Have it checked. And don't wait. It won't go away. Going away is wishful thinking. I often say that to my wife. I wish you would go away. But, yeah, say, honey, say, play. Why? Because I's got the wallet. I's got the wallet, that's the thing. You see? So, limit the torture to your body. Okay, you can smoke. I've never told a patient to stop smoking. But do it sensibly. You can booze, but do it sensibly. If you have a lekker braai and jy lekker gekuier, okay? The next 5 days, leave the booze and do some exercising. Your liver is a wonderful organ. Dit vat 30 jaar om jou lewe dood te suip. So sê ek vergewe vir jou, but give her a chance, otherwise she won't. So the body forgives us, okay? And then most important, Nissan had a slogan, life is a journey, enjoy the ride. I think our life is really a journey. Enjoy the ride, be aware, but take good care and drive responsibly. This is our biggest problem as human beings, okay? We hear a lot of things, we are taught a lot of things, okay? But are we like it says here, I taught him, I didn't say he learned it. Hopefully he learned something. This is as old as the old Greeks. Prevention is better than cure. So, enjoy life, go for it, but take good care. Thank you.